like Miami. Miami, 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 Miami. It feels like Miami.
Welcome to the Miami Heat Beat podcast. I'm your host, Giancarlo Navas, and with me today, who has also not been on a podcast for almost as long as I have, Alphonse Sydney.
I think the last thing I did was a post-game show.
That's me too. I haven't talked a single thing about the NBA draft. All I've done is hate on teams on Twitter. That's all I've done since the Heat have lost.
Listen, the hate watch was honestly, it was one of the most glorious hate watches ever. Like for the Knicks to win, but they had to beat the Celtics. Like so the Celtics had to lose. So that's like
we're leaving there with something,
right? Yeah, we leave it like it. Only thing better would have been the meteor. And like for their fans to have so much hope to finally get into the conference finals to lose to the Pacers. I mean, just chef's kiss. The only way it could have really been better is if they lost Game 5 in that dump in New York City. That is the only way. I was rooting so hard for that Game 5 loss. But I was too scared of a Game 7 because
I know you were. I was not. You wanted them. You wanted Knicks fans to have their hearts crushed, and for those people to spill out into the streets all sad. I just wanted to take what we could and go. I was like, we got it now. Let's take it. No,
I was legitimately rooting. I was rooting against the Pacers Game 3.
I know you were.
I wanted to go back to New York.
You were.
I needed them to go back to New York badly.
You see Knicks fans talking spicy now that you know how I was like, you can't.
I saw that.
You can't do that.
I saw that, G, and I agree with you. But we are the same. Like we do it. We do it. Like, listen, how much shit did we talk about the Celtics? Like when the year they lost against Golden State, like we were talking shit. They just beat our ass, and we're talking shit about them. Like, listen, we all do it. We all do it, but it's still lame.
It's hating needs rules. There needs to be boundaries. There needs.
We used to be a proper country, but listen,
proper country. Speaking of hating,
Constitution, everything's out the window.
Listen, there's due process, none of that. Listen, we may be at the brink of war, but we have something more important to talk about. Is Kevin Durant on the move? Is Kevin Durant up? Is Pat Riley going to get his man? There was an AI picture of Pat Riley with Kevin Durant at Rusty Pelican on Twitter today. Pat Riley looked like Donald Sutherland, who I don't know if that man is dead or not.
No, first of all, who did that AI? Like, AI is like I can do AI now, right? Like, what? Did they spell Pat Riley wrong? Did you do it? Like,
I felt like I was like, that doesn't even look like Pat.
No, it looked like really bad stunt doubles, but yeah.
Yeah,
at the Rusty Pelican.
At the Rusty Pelican, all this. So, Alf, this Durant stuff is really picking up steam. Shout out to Letchus, who's in chat, subscribed, tier 1, 40 months. Appreciate you. Said Heat season was so traumatizing. Alf updated his decor. Yeah, you got a map and shit and a Rubik's Cube.
Well, I'm actually in my office. So now you see you got my Funko Pops.
There's no Hulk.
My fake Banksy's.
Yeah.
The Hulk. I have a whole Hulk wall.
I knew you had one. Yeah.
That's all Hulks right there. So yeah, no, we're in the office. We're not in the garage. I've stepped up my game.
We've upgraded. So Heat are linked to Durant, Alf, and I guess I think we feel the same. I don't really think that Durant moves their needle enough that they need to empty out their future. And I think a lot of people disagree with that. Where do you stand?
Okay, so what I want to like preface all this by saying, like, Kevin Durant's one of my favorite players to watch. Like, if Kevin Durant is on the Heat next year, believe me, first of all, I'd be in my seat if he wasn't here. But I'm going to enjoy the hell watching Kevin Durant if he ends up on this team. I actually don't think, if you would have asked me a month ago, I would have said he's coming here. Like, that's what's going to happen. But I honestly don't think it's going to happen anymore. Just because you keep hearing about the underwhelming deals that the Heat is offering, and it just feels like Dame all over again. And honestly, the right thing to do is to completely underwhelm, right? They shouldn't be giving up the farm. So I'm prefacing my whole thing with Kevin Durant by, yes, I love Kevin Durant. And honestly, I still think he has a lot of really good basketball in him. And there are teams right now like the Houston Rockets, like the Minnesota Timberwolves, that he could definitely put them over the top and put them straight into title contention.
Alf, I'm going to say something. If he was a New York Knick this season, I think the Knicks are in the finals. If he was there instead of Cat, I think the Knicks are in the finals.
I honestly think
he's still good.
Any of the last 8 teams in the playoffs this year, probably Kevin Durant could raise their ceiling to the point they become title contenders, right? Denver, come on, get out of here! Like
you were missing one score. Like
because you just can't rely on some of these other. Durant's going to give you 25. Durant falls out of bed and give you 25, right? If Durant fell out of bed and gave us 25 in our playoff series, we would have lost every game by double digits still. So that's what my entire point with the Kevin Durant thing is you are not close enough for this version of Kevin Durant to put you in title contention. And for the most part, any other time, I'd be like, well, hey, it's basketball. It's fun. Like, we don't have to be in title contenders, right? We don't have to be title contenders every time. My problem with this is we've watched this team just keep, like, it's like putting, like, you're not fixing your roof. You're patching it. Patching it. They've been patching their roof for 5-6 years, right? And they've had tremendous success. They've weathered some storms. But now this motherfucker is leaking, okay? Like, you need to fix your roof, right? And another patch, even though it's a great patch, like, it's a solid fucking patch, like, you still got a leaky roof.
Insurance don't cover that, though.
Yeah, like, listen, you're about to lose your coverage out here, baby. Like, Florida, we understand how that shit goes. Hurricane season's around the corner. Like, they need to fix their roof. They need to stop spending money on quick fixes and just go ahead and replace the motherfucker. And that is my problem. If the Heat had a treasure trove of draft picks and assets, I'd be like, go ahead, spend 1 or 2 on Kevin Durant. But when you got $3, you can't spend 2. Okay?
You know what it is, Alf? It's like when you're at Chipotle and you're broke and they go avocados extra. You can't get that. But when you when you're making decent money, fuck it. Who cares? $2?
But you're throwing avocado on a kid's bowl because you couldn't afford the regular bowl. Like you're gonna
leave hungry.
You didn't have enough money for the regular bowl and you threw avocado on it. Like, you should, like, listen, just don't DoorDash it this time. Go pick it up. Like, they have bigger.
Make your own Kevin Durant with some ingredients you get in the draft. Cook it yourself.
Whatever, that draft shit. Miami's not gonna be around long enough for these draft picks to work out. I want draft picks to trade them for good players. Like, I want to be able. The next time a real superstar in his prime, a young superstar, decides that they want out, and it doesn't have to be young. I'm talking about just in early 30s even. Like, and they want out, and everybody else has 5-6 draft picks to trade. I want to be the team with 5 or 6 draft picks. I don't want to keep doing the Terry Rozier shit. Like, Kevin Durant is a luxury for a good team. We are not a good team, and we can't afford luxuries right now. Okay, we're making our coffee at home. No more Starbucks. Like, we got to be lean for a couple years, because when the housing market crashes, I want a down payment. I don't know how many metaphors I'm gonna hit y'all with tonight.
I'm
on a little bit of a roll. There's a lot of it has to do with housing, apparently.
We are men in our 30s and 40s. What Fix said, resubscribed. Appreciate you. Said you guys clickbaited me with that damn title. I'm glad we got somebody.
I mean, we're talking Kevin Durant.
We're talking Kevin Durant, and I put a question mark.
No, it's not the move, in my opinion. But you go ahead. What's your
real quick? Chat's asking where's Goins. Talking about math. He's watching hockey. Apparently that's going on. Go Cats, I guess. Alf, I'm with you. I think that they're not close. I think we saw in that Cleveland series, they're really far away. And I think that adding Kevin Durant doesn't. I don't think adding Kevin Durant makes them better than the Knicks. I don't think it makes them better than the Celtics without Jason Tatum, to be honest with you. That team's going to be a top 4 seed next year. I don't think that makes them better than the Indiana Pacers. I don't think that makes them better than the Orlando Magic, who just got Bane. And I don't think it makes them
Did
better.
you bring up the Pistons?
And I was about to say, I don't think they're better than Detroit, who's going to have a guy who's going to get better next year.
I think they might be okay. So the caveat is how many games?
Or Cleveland. I didn't even say Cleveland.
Oh, they're not. But how many games does Kevin Durant play next year? Right. So it
played
becomes
more
a
than
regular
65
season issue they had with Jimmy.
once in the last.
But,
like,
so it
6
becomes
years.
a Jimmy issue again. The surrounding pieces are not good. The surrounding pieces this year got you a 10th seed. Okay. Let's remember that, right?
And we're losing some of those guys.
And we're losing some of those guys. So you're gonna have the same problem again. You're gonna be another play-in team, and then like, it's gonna be the same thing. And like to me, they top out anywhere at 5 or 6.
Alf, let's be honest. If they trade Durant, Duncan probably goes. All of a sudden, how many shooters do you have again?
No, they don't. I mean, they don't.
You know what
have
I mean?
shooters.
Like you create. So I think if what you were saying, if they're close, I think Durant makes a lot. I think if this was a couple years ago and you have Jimmy and you're pushing, you're like, this makes sense. But it's not only that they're not close, it's that you're Kevin Durant's 37. He's gonna be 37 years old when the season starts. In 2 years, he's gonna be 39. This is a multiple move kind of rebuild.
You don't have enough for the second move.
He can't wait. Even if they could do a second move next year, which they might. Now Kevin Durant's a year older.
If you get Kevin Durant, you'd have to do they'd have to do a second move this year.
Yeah, he's a final piece. He's not a move away from a move away. You know what I mean? Like you need to get him at his age when when you're sure. And I think that they owe 1 pick to the Hornets. Right? They're picking with the Warriors pick this year. They own their pick next year. Then they owe 1 pick to the Hornets. After that pick, which was sent in the Rozier trade, they own all their picks. And I think that sending in 2 picks, 1 future pick that's going to ruin your trading stuff later is going to really put you out of contention for actual stars that are within a BAM timeline, within kind of not 38 years old. And I know fans don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear, they're going to just wait for another star that's not going to come. There's no point in getting Durant, topping out at a 5th seed, maybe winning a round in the playoffs if you're lucky. But what are we doing? What are we doing?
People were mad at me when I said this is an attendance trade. It's not a winning trade, right? And we're watching it right now. You can't have 3 max guys anymore.
No.
The way the cap set up, the CBA, it doesn't allow for you to have 3 max guys. So unless the move is to bring in Kevin Durant and trade Herro for pieces, and maybe you feel that way because you just saw what a lot of people in the chat are pointing out. Bane, you get 4 picks in a swap for Desmond Bane. What can Herro get you, right? Who knows? Like Herro really damaged his value in that series against the Cavs. But maybe someone still believes in him to the tune of 2 or 3 draft picks. You flip the draft picks for somebody. Who knows what you could do? But it doesn't seem like they're of the mindset to get rid of Tyler Herro. They're going to give him that extension most likely, which I think is another mistake. Not because I'm a Tyler Herro hater. Like, get that out of your head. I'm not a Tyler Herro hater. My problem is Tyler Herro is another luxury for a good team. Like, this team has too many holes right now to have a guy, as your main offensive engine who can't defend worth a lick and doesn't really create for others. Like, it just doesn't really work. Like, I think I've said this on the timeline 1,000 times. This team needs to divest itself of everything. What I would do, I'd have a conversation with Bam and say, can you hang out for a year and a half, 2 years while we fix this thing and right the ship, a la Dwayne Wade from 08 to 10, right? And remember, Dwayne Wade wasn't happy by the end. Like, if LeBron or not, he was pissed by the time they lost that series to the Celtics. If Bam doesn't want to stick around for it, then you say, okay, we're going to do right by you, Bam. We're going to send you where you want to go and get a shit ton of assets in return. They really just need to suck for a year and a half, 2 years. And people are like, oh, the Heat don't do that. Yes, they fucking do. I just said when they did it. They did it from 08 to 10 and paid dividends.
They did it after Dwayne left too. They were
and then they fucked that up. Remember, they fucked it up because they were doing it and then they fell in love with James Johnson and Dion Waiters.
They didn't trade for stuff. You know what I mean? They signed a bunch of guys at buy low prices, and they were just better than they thought. And
then they fell in love and they got emotional and like, we're doing it again, and we are. It's to me, it's a vanity move. It is not. It is like,
Alf,
man.
You know what it is? Is that they think that the East is wide open. I think Cleveland getting injured in that Pacer series made the East seem more wide open than it is.
People are fooling themselves.
I think Indiana's really good, by the way. I think Indiana's clearly really good. I mean, they might force Game 7, they might not, but I think whatever you thought of Indiana before the playoffs, I think they've dispelled all of that.
But look at that. East is wide open, right? East is wide open. Weren't the Pacers supposed to get fucking skull drug in these finals?
No.
And they've been highly competitive. The East isn't as bad as y'all think it is.
They put the fear of God in the Thunder, who
I still don't even think this thing is over.
It's not over. It's not.
I mean, and
it might be
honestly,
if Hallie's hurt, but
if Hallie wasn't hurt, this could very well be 3-2 Pacers.
They could have won yesterday. I mean, if he was clearly, they got that within 2 yesterday, and he was banged up.
He did nothing yesterday. So my whole thing, this whole idea that the East is wide open, like, guys, the Knicks are really good. The Celtics without Tatum are still very good. The Cavs are amazing. They just got injured.
The Cavs are young and they're not fucking going anywhere. And that team just skull fucked you.
The Magic are about to get better. The Pistons are about to get a year older, more veterans. Like, they've been through a little bit of a storm in the playoffs. Like, the Pistons are just getting better.
Might be in MVP conversations next year.
Like, come on. Like, people are like, honestly, if I was the Heat, I'd be calling Detroit every day. Don't you need a Tyler Herro? Like Brooklyn.
Call Denver too.
I'd be calling everybody. Don't you need a Tyler Herro type? Honestly, Tyler could help so many teams. Like, Tyler could be really good on the Rockets. Like, they got a bunch of defenders out there. He'd be fine in that lineup. Like, to me, Tyler can go help a lot of teams. Right? The Heat don't need a Tyler Herro right now. The Heat needs so much. Like, even Duncan Robinson, you know how much I love Duncan. Duncan is a luxury for a good team. We are not that anymore. Like,
all those guys that you said are guys that I think good teams will give stuff for. A team would need a Duncan Robinson, would give you. Duncan Robinson has a really cool contract where if Miami doesn't guarantee, they don't have to fully guarantee his deal. So it can go as low as $9.8 million, which, guess what? How many fucking teams would like a shooter of his caliber at that figure?
Everyone's like, Desmond Bane's going to fix Orlando shooting. One guy doesn't fix your shooting. A lot of people are talking about how good Tyler would look in Orlando. Duncan would look really good in Orlando.
You don't think Denver, who nobody could hit an outside, if a guy in Denver could hit an outside shot, they're in the finals.
What would Jokic do? How much could a guy like Jokic help Tyler Herro?
Or Duncan Robinson? I mean,
Duncan Robinson Duncan would just sit there on the 3-point line and just kill it all day long. Like,
run handoffs, do all the shit.
A team only thinks like that if they haven't deluded themselves into believing they're still a contender. This team is under.
Close.
Listen, their delusion is no more evident in the fact that when Caleb Martin could have got you something, anything, they didn't want to give him up. And then, if it wasn't for his dumbass agent, they would have extended him.
He'd have been here still.
This team thought they were a Terry Rozier away
from making
from title contention. They gave up a first-round pick. Honestly, if they didn't do the Terry move, I'd be okay with a first-round pick for Kevin Durant. But you know what? No, you're not. You fucking overdrafted your account. You're cut off. No more. You don't get to spend any more of my draft picks. Like,
I agree. I think that they're in a and I know nobody wants to hear this. I think the Heat are in a really unique situation right now where they can actually probably remember Boston. Remember how Boston soft reset? Boston wasn't bad for very long. that Boston team with Kyrie and stuff that they were making the conference finals and everything, they took a couple lean years, got Tatum and Brown, and then immediately got really, really good. You know what I mean? They had like in between eras between the KG and all that other stuff. Like it was pretty quick. And I think Miami can do something similar where, listen, you almost have all your picks. You owe one pick. The Heat draft well. I don't care where they draft, Alf. They always pick a guy that helps them. Whether it's Jovic, whether it's Bam, Tyler, whatever, Jay Rich, Justice, blah, 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 blah. They have all their picks. They have guys to trade. Haywood Highsmith has a year left on his deal. Somebody will want Haywood Highsmith will help a lot of teams.
No,
Duncan Robinson will help a lot of teams. Tyler Herro could get you. We've heard on numerous occasions teams like Brooklyn like him. He will get you something. If they open up to Cox, he will get you something. They cannot extend him. As long as you keep Bam, and I agree with you, you have the conversation with him, you kind of give yourself that we can get a lot of assets, we can get a lot of stuff, and they're gonna have, you can keep Wiggins. You see if Rozier can have a little life, maybe flip him at the deadline as an expiring. Maybe he looks a little helpful.
Just leave Terry at home. Just
leave him at home.
Just leave it. Just
you
hope
have
he gets
Wiggins, so you actually have the salary figure to trade for a star with all your picks, and
somebody's going to trick themselves. Somebody's going to trick themselves into thinking Wiggins is the last piece they need.
And Wiggins might be. He just can't be the number one option. Again, Denver, that would have been probably pretty helpful for them. I think a lot of teams could use a wing scorer. Like, I just don't think that these guys are useless that the Heat have. They're just useless in the environment that they have them in. And I think that, like, investing in this hodgepodge group by sacrificing your future first-round picks is asinine for Kevin Durant, who's 37 years old. He is not – listen, Alf, I don't know how much of this you agree with. I think Kevin Durant's so good. Kevin Durant's not going to fix their offense. He doesn't get to the rim. He doesn't play make anymore. Like, he's an isolation. He can attack mismatches. He's a great shooter. He's a great scorer. What are you going to do when they're helping off of Bam in the corner and KD's doubled? You know what I mean? Like, you still don't have shooting. You still don't have rim pressure. You still have the same problems. I bet you they're like 15th to 13th in offense next year with Durant because he's still that good. But, like, you're not going to be like this elite offense. You're still going to have your issues defensively because you play a lot of minus defensive guys. And Kevin Durant's not the defender he used to be. I don't see the vision.
Yeah, like I said, to me, it only makes sense if you're just trying to keep the fan base engaged through some lean times. I'm sorry, my dog is like hacking up a hairball over here. Like,
your dog good?
This is how she is all the time.
Is she okay?
She's just
Does
old.
She need attention? She good?
Yeah, she's all right.
Fucking
no, but like, listen, it's like they're trading for my dog right now. Anyway, no, like Kevin Durant, he is not a. I guess he's not a floor raiser.
Why are we depressing? We're just being real. Like, what do you want us to? Chat's like, y'all are being depressing. You want us to be like, yeah, man, let's trade all our shit for a fucking 37-year-old. I don't know.
You know what's depressing? The Heat's first round series against the Cavs. And it should have been depressing, and it should have been really fucking sobering for everybody to tell you exactly where this team is right now. Like, we all need to. Just somebody in the chat says Louvre, whatever, says it's a reality check. Like, I argue with Moose about this all the time. Should the Heat have made the playoffs, whatever? And honestly, I could have been. I could say I was wrong, right? They should have got their first round pick. Blah blah blah. It'd been better if they didn't make the playoffs.
But our position has never been that's bad. We're just like, we're not going to lose. We're not going to.
Yeah, I'm not about the losing.
Yeah, we're like, shit. I'm not going to be like, yeah, they lost, but like, obviously, it's intellectually, it's better than what happened. But yeah.
But if they were going to lose, in my mind, they needed to lose like this to shed the fucking fallacy of we have enough.
The illusion of contention.
Yeah, but now the problem is the illusion has been like, oh man, we really need a lot of help. Kevin Durant is a lot of help. No, he's not a lot of help. Like he's really good, but he's not enough to get because basically you're just replacing Jimmy with Kevin at this point. If you were adding KD to Jimmy, I'm with it. Like someone said in the chat, Wiggins could help a lot of teams, like the Miami Heat. Wiggins would have been a great addition to the Jimmy-led team. Davion Mitchell would have been a great addition to when Jimmy was here. They finally made the kind of moves they needed to make when Jimmy was here, but they made them when they got rid of Jimmy. Like all these guys are pieces around a superstar, around a really good player, but at this point, KD ain't that.
This is so funny because like these people are saying these things, Alf, but like this utopian revolt in chat says Mitchell, Herro, KD, Bam, Ware, top 4 starting lineup in the East. Ware's not here if they get Durant.
Yeah, most likely Ware's gone, right? So you're going to be starting Haywood Highsmith. Jaime Hawkins is probably gone. So I mean, I don't. Jovic is probably you're losing 2 of those 3.
You're
right?
probably using at minimum a pick, Ware, and Jovic. And I think anything less than that, I don't think Phoenix should even look at that deal. And I even think that is a bit of like the 18th pick in this year's draft, Ware and Jovic is a bit of a poo-poo platter for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, they're not going to take it. So, and you're going to probably have to throw in a guy like Wiggins or a Rozier and a Duncan. But like, who they don't want? It's a poo-poo platter. Like if they do get KD, they're going to end up giving up either 1 or 2 first round picks at least. You're going to lose Ware and Jovic, most likely. Like what it will cost. Like it's just not to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Which shout out to Bronx Joker for resubscribing. Says I'm not losing sleep over a trade like 2 summers ago. But Alf, what's the most you'd give for Durant? Like okay, we take him for free. Obviously, that's not going to happen. What's the most that you'd be comfortable Miami giving him, and you'd be like, okay, fuck it, let's run it. Chat says poo-poo platters are entire negotiation strategy. Honestly, it worked once with Goran Dragic. That's all. And Jimmy, I guess. It's kind of worked a few times now that I think about it.
Big Tone in the chat says if they go after KD, you're acting like it's their only move. Brother, if they have to give up what they have to give up for KD, there are no moves left.
I guess we're just like, what else do they have to trade? I think chat's operating the assumption that it's a pick and Jovic and Wiggins, or you know what I mean? And it's like, why would they do that?
So like Laura in the chat says Wiggins, Ware, Jovic, Jaime, and 2 first round picks. Like, bruh, if that's what you're giving up, there's no moves left unless you're trading Herro for something.
Let's say that gets negotiated down to 1 first round pick. You have a pick left, and that pick is not going to get you enough to.
I'm not doing it, but honestly, like whatever. At that point, I guess I'm not doing it because I'm telling. So like I was going back and forth with somebody on Twitter, like they were like, "Oh, but blah blah blah. The Heat don't do this. The Heat don't do that. They need to do something." I say, "Okay, fine. If they go ahead and do this, okay, and I know you don't like this guy, but he's just the guy who always comes to the top of my head. In a year and a half, 2 years, Anthony Edwards ass out. And he says, like so many guys before him, Miami Heat's at the top of my list. And the Heat have 2 first round picks or 1 first round pick to trade because they spent 2 or 1 on Kevin Durant. And they get outbid by just about everybody and their fucking mother. I'm going to go back to all you people who wanted Kevin Durant, who end up playing 40 games next year, and be like, you know what? We ain't got no fucking draft picks once again. Because it's not like people are like, oh, nobody wants to play for the Heat no more. That's not it. Every time someone asks for a trade, they ask to go to Miami. Every fucking time.
Everybody's on the list. But the issue is they never have enough.
They never have
anything. Why do you want to deplete the enough for when a real guy who's in his prime asks out?
But right now they don't even have enough.
They don't.
They have 3 picks to trade. You should be getting assets, not spending them.
Absolutely.
Like, why does nobody like? That's the part it's fucking boggling my mind.
Why are they buying?
Because what's going to happen? You guys are going to call Pat Wash. You're going to have all that. You're going to say, hey, and Mickey's cheap. You're going to have all this shit to say, oh, nobody wants to play in Miami anymore. Guaranteed, because Spider's going to ask out. Ant's going to ask out. Fucking, who knows? Jaylen Brown might request to go to Miami. And then when the team turns around and says, hey, Miami, Jaylen Brown wants to come play for you. What do you have to offer? And we're like, I have $3 again? Because we spent fucking $2 on Kevin Durant?
Alf,
what are y'all going to say then?
Would you have thought that Anthony Davis would have been available last year?
No, but see,
you never know who's available. Like you never do. And I don't think that I don't think that he should be operating under this. Let's wait for a guy to be available. That's not proactive. But what is proactive is developing your young talent. Like re-sign Davion Mitchell, re-sign Nikola Jovic. You're married to Jaquez. Your development staff is said to be really one of the best. Develop, right? Like do these things that are proactive, not trade for Kevin Durant, which is like you're just mortgaging the future because then what is he going to retire at 40? Like what you're going to extend him for 2 years and then what? What's the point?
It's lipstick on a pig. That's all it is, dude. Like, okay, another housing analogy. I rent, right? Why do you rent? Because the housing market's too fucking expensive right now. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But do I just waste all my money? No. I make sure that I've saved and I'm ready for when Trump crashes the housing market, that I'm able to pounce. It's not like, oh, Alf, you're wasting your time. Not, you're just right. No, I'm being strategic. It's about being strategic. It's not about them just waiting around for somebody to drop out of thin air. But when the position is either overpay. Oh, someone said this shit got too real too quick. When the position is
just wait till we get to the Iran portion of the show.
Oh my God, yeah, 5 minutes. Stick around. It's either the position is overpay for some shit that is not really what you want. Right, not the house you want for a payment you really can't afford, or just bide your time and wait for shit to go back to normal. Right now, Desmond Bane costs 5 picks. Desmond Bane,
crazy dude.
That's like I've seen crack houses in Hialeah for $800,000. That just because that's what's available doesn't mean that's what you pay. Now is the time to sit fucking back, relax, and save your money.
Chat says, Alf, this is like Chat says Alf is like, quote, this is like investing in a Roth IRA. You got to pay the tax now to.
I feel like I sound like Colin Cowherd. He does a lot of this.
Does he?
He does a lot of the
black Colin Cowherd.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to put in your bio. The black.
Someone says algebra.
Yeah, but algebra, Alf-anomics.
But no, they dead ass like
better than Reagan.
We like I have friends. I can't keep wasting money on rent. You're not wasting money, baby. You are strategizing and biding your time for the right time, right? And that's what the Heat need to do. Like they're out here.
I got a great analogy for you.
They're attending open houses for houses they can't fucking afford.
It's 2008 all over again.
Yeah, but anyway.
This listener says brings up the Trump phone. That's what Kevin Durant is. Kevin Durant's the Trump phone. It's a scam. We know it's a scam, but it's kind of funny to get. You're going to overpay for it. It's not going to work the way you think. It's not going to be the product that you think. And then at the end, you're just left paying something that you're not happy with. It'd be
something funny to show your friends.
Yeah, look, I got the Trump phone.
It was made in Kansas. It starts smoking if you talk on it for more than 20 minutes.
Tracks your every move.
Deport you for speaking Spanish.
It's gonna put you on a fucking registry if you speak. If it hears Spanish, you're on a list.
Yeah, we're doing all this shit, and now we're gonna have to root for Kevin Durant next year.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Listen,
I'm not gonna be mad at it, but when he's fucking missing 40 games,
Alf, these people on Twitter are like, "I better not see you celebrating Kevin Durant buckets." I was like, brother, I run a podcast. What do you want me to do? 82 post games in the year. Like,
Dude, I had to celebrate
fuck
Deion
up.
Waiters buckets for years. Like, come on. Like, give me a break.
Listen, and Alf, if they trade for Durant and if they fucking make the conference finals because they're Spo and Durant and they just catch lightning in a bottle, I'll fucking say I was wrong, bro. I'll say
I still won't say I was wrong. They better win a fucking title.
listen, if they're better than I thought and they're really good and they're like in the mix, and I have no problem coming on here and say I was wrong. But like you, people got mad at me off because I compared it a little bit to the Rozier situation, not in that they're similar players, but you were not close that year, and trading Lowry and a pick for Rozier was just spite to Lowry and thinking that you can salvage a season that was unsalvageable. And I think next season it's the same. I don't think Durant's going to salvage your season. And
it's very similar, G. I don't care what anybody says. Like, adding Terry to a Jimmy-led team, like, whatever bump that gave you, that team wasn't very good in the first place. But at least you had Jimmy and you could make some sense of it. So, yeah, Kevin Durant is a much better player than Terry, but you're adding him to a team without Jimmy.
That's worse.
So it's like, it's about the same fucking effect.
Could you imagine if you're out 3 picks for Durant and Rozier?
And you still can't get out the fucking play-in?
Like, I don't know. And I don't, like, chat said that, oh, yeah, that's one of the best starting, like, 5s in the league. That everybody in that starting 5 was on the team last year, and they were not very good. The starting lineup, very specifically, was bad. So
if you think Kevin Durant moves you up 4 spots in the East, which he very well could, right? You think he can move you up 5 spots? That's a straight 6 spots?
Chat says, how is this not the right time? The cap situation for the Suns isn't the same as the Grizzlies. The Suns are getting bad offers because they can't move salaries like that. This is the time to strike. We aren't have to give up Bam and Herro to make it make sense. I'm sorry. This is a win-win. We get him, and we have faith in them filling the gaps. I don't have faith in them filling the gaps because they're going to lose all their ways to fill the gaps by trading him. Also, they're up against the second apron, and he makes a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. And your maneuverability is going to be really hard when you have. And then, so what do you do with Tyler?
He's 37, bro.
You're not going to. Are you going to extend Tyler or not? Like, what are we doing now? Like, what's so okay? So you got Kevin Durant to add to this beast ass starting lineup that everyone seems to think we have, but then you're not going to extend Tyler. So what are you going to do with Tyler? Like, I just don't like. Now is not the time for us to strike on shit. Now, if Desmond Bane is going for 5 picks, yeah, now is the time for us to strike to try to get some fucking assets.
When I saw that deal, Alf, that was the first thing I was like, damn, that's
Man,
a lot.
I would have put a for sale sign on fucking Tyler Herro's neck.
I'd take 2 picks.
I saw that.
I'd take 2 picks happily.
Oh, if you can get 2 firsts for Tyler right now and contracts that expire at the end of next year,
hell yeah,
fucking go for it. I would do it in a fucking second.
I'd take contracts that expire in 2 years.
What
are you doing 2 years? Like, you're not doing shit. Like, keep the contracts, roll that money over so you could trade it later or let it expire. You don't need cap space next year.
Because if you do that, if you get 2 picks for Tyler right now, let's say you could somehow finagle another first round pick from you. Now you're at 6 first round pick territory.
Between Herro, Robinson, and Haywood Highsmith, that's at least 4 picks.
But let's say it's 3, right? Now you're in 6 pick range,
or 3 and a couple seconds. You know what I mean? Like,
but now you're in the range where you could. Now you're in the range where you could throw a shitload of assets at somebody when a real game changer becomes available.
And they'll have their own picks after the
you
know, and they can even do something. I don't know if you saw what Indiana did. Indiana traded for their own pick back. So they traded a pick for their pick, so that way they control their own picks, and they were able to kind of mess with the stipend. Why can't, in a situation like this, Miami could totally trade for their own pick back with Charlotte, and now they can more freely trade. Like, it just makes a lot of sense for them to rework. They need to listen. They need to take a breath and reconfigure their team. They cannot they're going to just keep doing this shit on the fly, and you're going to get diminishing returns every single time.
Well, it's the mentality is of being deluded into thinking you're a contender. And the funny thing is, you have a contender in the finals right now, still making moves, where we used to be the team that had mastered the cap and was always doing, always manipulating shit. We're watching. We're at a point where we've deluded ourselves so far that like we're constantly trying to do these little. And I'm not saying Katie's a little bullshit trade, but right now it's just not. It's not what needs. Not what needs to be happening. They need to be doing smart moves to build up the war chest so that when it's time to really pounce on a superstar, that's when they strike. Like the delusion that the East is wide open, all this shit, bro. You're gonna be Kevin Durant. You're gonna be a second round out. Second round out, and now and for that you've basically torched your entire future. It
Also,
just doesn't make sense.
Kevin Durant was on a team last year that didn't even make the playoffs.
With some supporting cast members that are better than what he would have here.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he had Devin Booker next to him. Everyone's like, "Oh, Tyler will eat." Why didn't Devin Booker eat?
I mean, he did.
I mean, they ate, but the team starved. Like
their offense, like the Phoenix's offense was like good, but they also was like. Oh, by the way, if you look at the stats, when Booker sits and KD's on the floor without Booker, their offense is like okay. It's not great. It's like okay.
No, but what our genius offense is going to fucking really help KD shine.
Chat's like because they couldn't guard. Yeah, because like part of the reason why they couldn't guard was Kevin Durant's 37, and he's not that kind of guy anymore. And Miami's going to be starting Tyler Herro and Kevin Durant, and those are two pretty big soft spots on your defense.
And Wiggins is gone.
In
this trade,
Wiggins wasn't good defensively last year. That was
all defensive.
He was a fucking problem for them last year. I mean, he was.
But at least he was a body that could defend a little bit.
In theory, got fucking cooked by Cleveland. My goodness.
I mean, that like this whole idea like that starting lineup is going to be this monster.
I just don't see it. Ware struggled a lot too. Like Ware's still like, and he'll be better next year and everything. But I don't know. I think Ware's gone. And I think if Phoenix accepts a trade without Ware, that's pretty crazy. Although we've seen crazier things. So I don't know. I don't want to be a downer. And I think Alf, you and I are on the same page that I think the most I would trade for Durant, I trade Ware. I would trade Ware and reluctantly this year's pick with Rozier.
Okay, I could do this year. Like if it was this year's pick only, I guess.
Like this year's, they pick 18th, I think, and Ware and Rozier or something like that. I don't know what the salary would be like. That's kind of like and I would not like it, but at least you don't give up anything in the future that torpedoes you.
Listen, I would if we can get rid of Rozier, I mean, I'd give up a lot. Someone says where Duncan
Rozier's expiring next year anyway, so it's like whatever.
Where Duncan Rozier in the 20th pick. And here's the thing: at the end of the day, like I said, I love Kevin Durant. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of those 40 games he plays, right? So I'll be fine, but
I don't do Where Duncan Rozier in the 20th pick.
Why not?
No, because I'd rather that's the most I know. I'd rather do Wiggins. I'd rather keep Duncan.
Than Wiggins?
I'd rather send Rozier and Wiggins. I just think that Wiggins has longer money, and I think it'll be harder to get value. And I think Duncan, if you want to move him, you can get value quicker, and I think he's more helpful.
Yeah, and what bothers me about the Ware thing is that Ware could get you somebody else. Like even if you don't love Ware, I feel like Ware is attractive to a lot of teams. Like if you were going to use him as trade bait, like you could get better.
Don't do it. I just don't do it.
I don't do it.
I just don't do it. Like even including this year's pick, I'm like, whatever. And the other thing is like they need cost control talent. And I think like trading picks is also bad because like they need guys on the cheap.
Yeah.
Like, they need affordability and stuff like that. And Jovic is about to be extended. I don't know what they're gonna do with Highsmith. They're gonna have to pay Davion Mitchell some sort of money. So it's like these guys are due for extensions. I have no idea what they're gonna do with Herro. We'll talk about Herro more extensively at a later day. I think we're both in agreement. We don't want a max extension for him.
And here's my other problem with KD. Like, if it was like, listen, these guys aren't that good. Go ahead, trade them for Kevin Durant. Only use this year's pick. But then they're going to extend that Kevin Durant. They're gonna give him an extension.
Yeah, you're not just trading picks to have them. You know what I mean? Like that's the point.
You're fucking your cap up too. That's the problem. Like if it was like, okay, let's get rid and bring in KD for a 1-year rental and get off of Terry and Duncan's contracts, and it costs you Wiggins. Like it's
Alf. You know the kind of move I would do this for? I do this sentimentally for like LeBron or something. If I'm Miami, I think that like there's value in that, but that's not a basketball decision.
No,
right?
And I mean, I'd be mad at that. I don't,
I'd understand it. I understand like you want a guy to retire in your jersey, like you belonged here, shit like that. Durant has no connection to your organization, has been a mercenary, and I love Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's one of my favorite all-time players. I love that guy. I think everybody.
I do it for Dwayne Wade. That's about it.
I'd do it for LeBron. I think he matters to this franchise. Whatever. I don't know. Real quick,
right,
they've been linked to buddy on the Warriors. Alf, his name
Kuminga.
I was gonna call. I kept thinking his name was Wiseman.
He wants an extension. He wants an extension, and he wants a lot of money. Why? Like
they wanted him in the trade for Jimmy, did not get him. I just don't really think. I mean, he showed you some stuff in the playoffs when Steph went down. I don't want to pay him. I don't think they should be in the business of paying anybody. I think if they're paying anybody, it has to be like a for sure thing. Like what I mean a for sure thing, like a for sure star that is going to be worth the production. I don't really think that they should be taking chances on guys like that or extensions on like buy low kind of things. I don't think he fits.
Yeah, like Kuminga before he wanted money would have been okay. Let's see what he is, right? But he wants money now, and I don't know if he'll get his money from anybody. But it shouldn't be us, right? Like we're just not in that position for guys like that.
Can we not be that guy?
Let's not be that guy, bro. Like I don't like. It's just to me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like Kuminga's a guy you bring in if like you just feel like you're that one. At the end of the day, we just should not be buyers on anything.
There shouldn't be buyers on anything.
Like they should not be buying on anybody who wants any money, who wants any years. Like none of that.
They should blow this shit up.
We should be sellers.
This is
everything. Everything should be for sale.
This is over. This has run its course. There's nothing left to see here. We have seen them get as close as this group will ever get. And I don't think there's more to the story.
Offload those terrible contracts like Rozier and Duncan. Duncan is one of the best contracts in the league right now. Like, stop. Can we stop with the $19 million guy in 2025 who doesn't even have his full guarantee?
I think offloading a Rozier contract is like, he's expiring now, so it's not offloading. It's like
honestly, I would spend a pick just to get him out of my face. I would explore the Westbrook thing. Like Westbrook, KD, like what are we doing? What are we doing?
I thought you were saying that. I was
no, that's what Coach Chewy says. Like, get rid of what are we doing? KD and Westbrook? What are they going to lead you to? The 2012 finals? Like, what are we? I'm so tired. Someone says, "What about Demar? If you bring DeMar DeRozan to my fucking team,
I quit."
I wouldn't do a single.
If they sign DeMar DeRozan, I will go protest at the arena. Me and Pablo are gonna go protest. I'm gonna have signs. I'm not gonna be protesting ICE. I'm gonna be protesting. Although I will be protesting. I'll bring an ICE protest sign well as a DeMar DeRozan protest.
A no king sign would work for DeMar right now, right?
No Sacramento Kings.
Oh, Jay Grella got to it before I did.
Oh my god.
No Kings. No, man. They need to be sellers. That's my final thought. Like there isn't a player or pairing or grouping of players that they can get with their assets that's going to make them a title contender. They need to build a war chest.
I don't even want them to trade for Giannis.
Because you can't get Giannis and keep Bam.
I would just say that, yeah, and I wouldn't trade like every single pick that they have to pair Giannis and Bam in this shit show of players. Like they're stuck.
See,
They cannot buy them.
I would do that, right? Like
Ooh, I
if
wouldn't. I
they
wouldn't.
don't have enough to get Giannis. Like so, here's my problem with the whole thing. That right now, when they've had the most assets they've had in years, they still have don't have enough to get Giannis. You bring Giannis in, you got to lose Bam. Somehow you keep Bam and Giannis, I would do it, right?
Would you trade? Yeah, but okay, let's say it's Bam and 3 picks.
For Giannis?
Yeah.
No. I'm not trading Bam for Giannis.
Yeah, I mean, because then you're
because you don't have anything left to build the team with, and you're worse than the Bucks.
Chad wants to go after Lonzo. Why are we doing Lonzo in 2025?
I don't know.
What the fuck? What is everybody's obsession with Lonzo?
I'm exhausted. Well, I mean, if it's for nothing, sure.
What is the appeal of Lonzo Ball? I don't understand.
I don't know. He can't stay healthy. I don't care. I like whatever.
I guess he's 27. It's not like he's young, but he's not old.
Honestly, I feel
he
like
shot 36% from the field last year.
I feel like it's 2020, and I'm begging them to nominate Bernie Sanders or like somebody like
he just
like
he just endorsed that really cool guy for New York mayor that every
every
establishment Democrat wants to take down.
Like I just want I want them to do the right progressive thing, but you know what? Like Katie is Biden. Okay, all right. I'm gonna vote for him. Like I'm gonna root for him. But like I just it's not the right thing for us.
It's not the right thing to do. But it's better than Demar. Now that's a new meanings to No Kings.
So DeMar is Trump.
Yeah. That's why we're protesting No